Good afternoon. This presentation will be based on human development in social cultural context in Vanuatu. Social cultural context is related to the society where individuals are raised in and up, how the culture affects behavior. Slide 2. Slide 2 is Fred and Erickson's opinion towards human development in social cultural context. Fred and Erickson's theories indicate the social and emotional importance by play, EC, especially fantasy play. They believe that when allowing children to play, it master a person with the ability or power to use, in control or dispose of something. Master their care and conflicts by symbolically rearranging social situations so they feel in control. Examples, Fred and Erickson's examples is when children is being separated from parents due to hospitalizations, so plays are playing doctors or teachers. Slide 3, Fred and Erickson's theories continues. Child's day is taken up with play and past undertaken of this phenomenon. Phenomenon is something that is observed to occur or exist. It will not be our endeavor to see what psychoanalysis has to contribute to the children's play. From Fred and Erickson's opinion, according to the psychoanalytical theory, plays allows a child to use fancy to gain satisfaction for their wishes and desires, which is impossible for them to fulfill due to their constraints in their abilities of doing things and their life situation. Example is when children is being jealousy when having conflict with siblings. Slide 4 is Bandura's theory. Bandura argued, therefore, that learning was taking place because of observation. When a child grows up, the first step she takes is when he or she must observe something before doing that. He observes from his or her caregivers or his or her parents, and not because of reinforcements. Reinforcements is the action of strengthening or encouraging something. Example, if I want my older sister to clean the room, for instance, I may reinforce this behavior by giving them an allowance every time they do. As behaviorists at the time would have argued, he offered a significant shift in how we might understand children's learning and early development. Slide 5 continues with Bandura's theory. Bandura view play as means by which children continuously learn about adult skills and social roles, including gender roles. social roles, including gender roles, simply the male and female roles. What roles do they have? Slide 6, Pandora's theory still continue. Maintaining play is a major way in which children's gender roles are established. For example, when parents providing gender types playing according to Pandora's, fathers are particularly sensitive to cultural wrong cross gender play patterns so negatively reinforced, such as patterns why playing with the doll. Slide 7, Vygotsky's theories. Vygotsky's emphasized on the social cultural nature of human cognition and learn was at variance with both behaviorist and later information processing models that took it for granted that an individual is a natural agency of learning. Vygotsky's social and cultural approach is not limited to bilingual students, but goes deeper into such phenomena as culture of scientific reasoning as different from the culture of everyday cognition, the variety of literacy, and so on. Slide 8, Vygotsky's theory continues. On the theoretical plane, Vygotsky's educational insights remained irrelevant as long as the predominant argument was between predominant is having a superior strength. Traditionalists who emphasize transmission of model of education and progressivists who advocate discovery learning. Both traditionalists and progressivists assume that cognitive and learning skills are the preconditions. Precondition is the thing that has to happen before something else happens for the educational process. Example, teaching a sister how to cast traditional basket. This is when we learn by talking to others and listening to what they say. Slide 9. Slide 9 is about Erickson's 8 stages of psychosocial development. There are 8 columns and 3 rows, which state the age, psychosocial crisis, positive resolution of the crisis. From birth to 12 to 18 months, the psychosocial crisis is trust versus mistrust, and the positive resolution of the crisis is the child develops the feeling of trusting his or her caregivers. When a child is with his or her parents or caregivers, he or she trusts his caregivers or parents than other people. 18 months to 3 years, autonomy versus shame doubt. Autonomy is independence of freedom. A child learns what he or she can do and cannot be controlled. When a child is learn from his or her caregivers or parents, and now she or he cannot be controlled by his caregivers. 3 to 6 years, initiative versus skill. The child now becoming independent, exploring things by taking the actions. When a child is being put or in an environment or put outside, he or she is attracted by that environment and becoming independent and exploring things around that environment by taking actions. 6 to 12 years, industry versus inferiority. The child learns to do things correctly according to standards in school. This is when a child is being put to a school and was learned by his or her teacher. 12 to 18 years, identify versus role confusion. The adolescent develop well and have a positive sense of having a relationship with others. At the age of 40 to 60, 19 to 40 years, intimacy versus isolation. Intimacy is a feeling of being close and emotionally connected and supported. The person is not developed and has the ability to make love and make and receive a commitment. Commitment is the act of committing. Example, when you take a job, you are making a commitment to show up and do the job well. 40 to 65 years, generativity versus stagnation. Generativity is the willingness to engage in acts that promote the well-being of younger children. The person develops an interest in guiding the development for the next generation as becoming a parent. At the age of 65 to death, eco-integrity versus despair. Eco-integrity is the acceptance of one's one and only life cycle as something that had to be. The positive resolution of 65 to death is the person live his or her own life. Slide 10, and lastly, slide 10, conclusion. Human development is important to study because because to gain an understanding of their own life experience and to help others what they've going through. And lastly, understanding the relationship of society and individual growth. Thank you.